2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And on tap tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. With the new year getting ramped up, teams just getting into the swing of things. Kenny, some major storylines already brewing. What are you seeing out there?
Well, you know, the rosters aren't coming together yet, and it's still early. It's still tough to figure it out. But then there's a lot of teams that's just off the radar right now, but they've been impressive. So I think that it's too early to tell. You know, too early to tell to give those ELNs.
Are you going to give me an answer?
I can't give you these ELNs, these Ernie-like numbers yet. It's too early.
Well, I see emerging young guns. You know, I see a couple of veterans now hitting the wall, physically getting up there in age. But I got to agree with Kenny, Ernie. It's too early to tell.
Jeez, I'm sorry I asked. Time to tip it off. Here's Kevin Harlan.
You asked too early.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Raptors are out of Toronto and into an interconference game. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. The Pelicans hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
And before the season, guys, not much was expected of this group. We heard them saying that they were going to prove the doubters wrong, but so far that has not been the case. It's been a struggle.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Dwayne Casey has been the head coach in Toronto for the better part of a decade now. He said the most rewarding part of coaching has been watching his players grow up. Watching a guy go from never playing in an NBA game before to developing into an all-star player, that's probably the most rewarding thing that you can do as a coach. Now, Kevin, he's helping this team and its players both make the leap forward.
Great stuff, DA. Coach Casey definitely gets the best out of his guys. You can tell they love playing for him. Well, Smitty, we have a fantastic matchup between 2 of the top centers in the league right in front of us here. It's a throwback to an era of an earlier time when big men were dominant in this league.
Kevin, I remember those days when you just sat down, you wanted to see Shaq versus Ewing, Hakeem versus David Robinson. Those were fun. Yes, as a guard, we had matchups, but you know that was different. Those were the big men battling.
Yes.
I miss those days.
I do too.
Ready?
So the Pelicans win the tip. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry out there with Norman Powell, and it's DeRozan in at the 3 spot. Now here's Rondo to the middle. Diallo, no good. Toronto with the ball. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And that's what happens when you become too perimeter oriented. If you're not hot, you don't score.
Well, when you force it all night, you don't get good results. Never really adjusted the game plan the way they should have.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. Shoots over DeRozan. From down in the low post, it goes. Diallo's got the opening bucket of the night here for New Orleans. Lowry against Rondo. Lowry passes to Ibaka. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
You know, they worked hard, they drew fouls, but they just couldn't convert at the line.
And it's one of those things that can deflate your team. After all that effort, you want points.
Now, here is Miller. After the miss from Serge Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. Cousins. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And Cousins just relentless at attacking down low.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Outside DeRozan. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Count the basket.
And so many defenses nowadays really not designed to take away that mid-range jumper.
If you go by pure analytics, there is an argument to be made for that. This time, doesn't work out.
Here's Rondo. Following the score by Serge Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
And this is a guy that can get you stops, aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Now, here is Miller. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
When DeRozan gets to the rim like that, you know how it's going to end.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. They set the pick. Rondo passes to Diallo. Right side Holiday for 3. It's good from long range. Holiday's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Opens up opportunities for everyone, makes the offense its most dynamic.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Valanciunas, far from a finished product, Steve. His coaches and teammates feel he will get better, but in your opinion, where does he need to improve?
I think on a defensive end, he does a nice job of blocking shots, but I would love to see him in rotations, being able to be there a little bit earlier. And then on the offensive end, extend his range a little bit more and also have somewhat of a go-to move down on the low block.
First one falls for him. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
Here's Cousins. The shot off that time. Now Toronto takes it the other way. This time they met was in Toronto.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Having that spark off the bench really helped them the last time these two teams battled. We'll see if it'll be there for them again.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And he knocks down the first one. And in the early season, plenty of optimism for teams. Is there any complacency, Steve, a feeling that you can lose one here, lose one there, and you can make up for it down the stretch?
Well, the good teams, they feel like that. A lot of times you look at it and say you don't take losses as bad when you have a couple star players or impact players out. You figure when we get those guys healthy, you just want to be able to play the right way, and when they come back, then you can start to make your push.
Now here's Rondo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Here is Ibaka. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. DeRozan against Miller, and it's DeRozan missing. The 11-footer, the offensive rebound, the second effort. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. New Orleans shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Diallo. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. Two Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
Now here is Holiday following the miss by DeRozan. There's a good screen. Pass to Diallo. Down low. And they double up Cousins. Miller kicks to Diallo.
That's terrific play on the ball by Serge. He's been first team all defense several times.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Sheer hustle and will out there. He wanted the ball more, and he went up and got it with some style.
And here's Rondo following Kyle Lowry's three. Holiday with the three. The rebound by Ibaka. Raptors trail by 4. It's DeRozan with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in.
The versatility of DeMar DeRozan can finish with power or finesse in the painted area.
Rondo against Lowry. Now the pass to Holiday. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Ibaka with the screen on Rondo. Here's Lowry. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lowry's got 5 now.
Lowry showing how crafty he can be with that hoop inside.
Cousins with a screen for Rondo. Miller outside. He dishes it to Cousins. Over Valanciunas. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Well, if you're the coach, you're frustrated right now. That's exactly the look you're trying to get on offense.
Three-pointer, Lowry. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Pass to Cousins. And they double up Cousins. Shot clock at 5. Holiday. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And finished off by DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan is so good when he has space to get out and get his legs moving on a break.
For New Orleans, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Outside Holiday. Outside Rondo. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Rondo's got his first points of the night.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Steve, more and more we see guards turn to the Euro step to get around defenders en route to the rim. It's a slight move, but it's so effective. Which players do you think execute that move the best?
I think Manu. He's one of the guys I play with, even though he's older. Still to perfection. Kevin Durant at his size is unbelievable. DeMar DeRozan, James Harden, And then I don't know if a Euro step you can call it for Russell Westbrook. He just changes direction. It looks like a sped up Euro step in Russell Westbrook's situation. Those are some of the guys that stand out.
And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Toronto.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guard space to pull up or attack the rim. How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Right outside. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the rejection by Ajinça.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Allen against Miles. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
Raptors trail by 4. And Wright kicks to Siakam. Back to Wright. Passes to Siakam. The feed to Nogueira. Pass to Anunoby. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Ajinça. New Orleans leading by 4. Here's Clark. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. And he misses his first shot of the game. And the pass to Anunoby. Right outside. Dishes to Miles. Knocked loose. Nogueira passes to Wright. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. New Orleans has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Pick up by Hill. Clark dishes to Hill. Back to Clark. That's tipped. Here's Anunoby, and he hits it to tie the game up. Anunoby's got his first points of the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Allen outside. Here's the screen. Clark for 3. The shot, no good. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Pass to Anunoby. There's Siakam over Cunningham. Siakam misses. Nobody near Allen. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
A mix-up with the defense leaves him wide open from mid-range, a shot he usually makes.
Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here is Cunningham. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Cunningham's got the game tied up here for New Orleans. Toronto's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Nogueira gets a screen for Wright. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Siakam. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And it's Nogueira missing.
Fantastic rim protection. That's not in his wheelhouse to overcome.
Hill kicks to Clark. It's back to Hill. It's deflected. Now here's Miles. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Anunoby. No good on the three.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And that one's good by Clark. Raptors trail by 3. Now, Wright. They set the screen. Down low. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
From deep. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Pelicans lead by 3. From New Orleans, back in a moment. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
Raptors trail by 3. We've got Solomon Hill. Alexis Ajinça is out there with Cunningham. Then there's Ian Clark. And it's Allen in at the 2. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. And that one's good. Wright's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Raptors.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Clark kicks to Cunningham. Allen against Miles. From 12 feet out. And the shot no good, a bit short. Toronto shooting well. They're at 45%. Pass to Anunoby. A wide open look here for Wright. Here's Siakam. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Clark kicks to Cunningham. Toronto grabs the miss.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
New Orleans gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Siakam passes to Miles. Raptors moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Smith, you played a couple seasons in the Northwest where the Portland Trail Blazers are wildly successful and very, very popular. You hear rumblings about a return of the NBA to Seattle. Do you think it'll ever happen?
You know, Kevin, I hope so. There's a lot of places in the NBA, and we have some great cities. But I think Seattle, speaking for myself, was one of the favorites. They came out, they supported. Obviously, most fan bases support when they're winning. But even when Seattle was mediocre, that fan base was there. They enjoyed it. I love the Northwest. I hope it happens again. I hope NBA basketball returns to Seattle.
Free throw good, Miles. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
And Miles drops them both.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
They set the pick. Shoots off the screen. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
He is just a monster on the boards. And with those soft hands Cousins has, he's going to turn those offensive rebounds into putbacks almost every time.
The game now all time. Ibaka's got 5 now.
What a valuable asset to the offense, having a big with that kind of range.
DeRozan against Holiday. Outside Rondo, off the screen, and he hits the jump shot.
And when Rondo is dropping in the mid-range shots, it really opens up the floor for everyone else.
And here's Lowry. 14 points from him the last game against Houston.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
DeRozan's shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Andrew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
The Raptors making a switch here. Powell's checked in. All 3 throws good from Drew Holiday.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in the...
When you get your tickets to see him play, that is what you are paying for. Incredible dunk from DeRozan.
New Orleans in the lead. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. And Holiday kicks to Diallo. There's the pick. Screen by Cousins. Holiday gets the bucket.
And there's where, if you get some room, you kind of have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
DeRozan against Miller. Another shot. And DeRozan with the layup. DeRozan's got 10 points.
You like the way that DeMar DeRozan stuck with the play. A lot of guards will shy away from the contact when you have to go to the offensive glass.
Holiday dishes to Rondo. Miller with a screen on DeRozan. Rondo kicks to Holiday. Rondo against Lowry. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And Lowry has it in the corner. Screened by Valanciunas. Back to DeRozan over Miller. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from DeRozan.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Powell. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
New Orleans has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. Diallo the pass to Rondo. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 13.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pelicans do have their challenges, but Anthony Davis remains committed to winning in New Orleans. He said, "I love it here. I don't plan on leaving. I guess I fit into that old school category where I want to try to win where I start my career. That's always been a goal of mine. My goal is to bring a championship here." Kevin?
And David, loyalty does go a long way. Davis is a perfect guy to build your team around. He wants to win.
And when you think about a slasher, a guy who makes his living attacking off the dribble, no better example than DeMar DeRozan.
And the first one drops. You know, Steve, DeRozan, a great ball handler for his size. He can isolate or work in the pick and roll.
Does a nice job of coming off screens and rolls, being able to create for his teammates, and also a big-time slasher that can put you on a poster.
Both free throws good from DeRozan.
Good free throw shooter DeRozan. Started out as a go-with-the-flow type player. Now looks to dominate every game.
Over in the corner, Cousins. To the inside. But they'll get another chance. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Ibaka's got his third rebound on the night. Kicks to Powell. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Rondo. He's around 10 points per game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
For New Orleans, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
One shot.
That free throw good from Miller. Well, Steve, you were such a great shooter over the course of your terrific career. Is that something that just came naturally to you? Was it learning the right technique early on, or was it just repetition?
You know, Kevin, started off in high school. I was a big George Gervin fan, so I had my elbows out trying to shoot like him. Got to Michigan State, and Judd Heathcote had his little ruler making my elbow get in. And he had this thing called ready shoot. I did that over and over and over. So I would say, naturally, I was pretty good. But it was repetition and a guy like Judd Heathcote making me a good shooter into a better shooter. And then plus, I played with Tim Duncan and David Robinson one year. You're talking about wide open looks. I led the league in three-point shooting because of those guys.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan.
And really, DeMar DeRozan is a master at what he calls body hunting. That ability to just kind of draw fouls. I think he and James Harden actually are the guys that have really kind of set the tone for how to create those opportunities to get to the line.
Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. And stolen by Cousins. Goes up, and Cousins throws it down.
And he is a power player down low. If there's nobody there to stop him, Boogie's going to destroy that rim.
Here's Ibaka. Here's Powell. And the rejection by Cousins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Powell with it. His last outing, he had 18 points. And the Raptors miss again. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Fast break Toronto. And stolen by Cousins. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Got that bucket in no time at all. Now it's a 5-point Pelican lead.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen. And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket. Dwayne Casey, he's in his 7th season as a head coach of the Raptors. He's developed a great continuity and a comfort level with his players.
And Casey is very collaborative with his staff and players.
You know why, Kevin? He has no ego with him. It's always a two-way conversation with his players. It's about getting it right no matter whose idea it is.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
New Orleans making some changes here. Allen's checked in for Darius Miller, and Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Nogueira's checked in for the Raptors. Good on both.
You know, the Raptors have the advantage of continuity. There's a trust and an understanding they share. Helps them win a lot of games.
Lowry for 3. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 3 assists tonight.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's Clark. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Shot clock at 5. The teardrop falls in. Clark's got his 2nd bucket of the night. And when you talk about the continuity and maturity of this Raptors team, is there a flip side to that, Steve? Does that limit their upside?
Well, Kevin, it's interesting. This front office has brought in some nice young pieces. I wouldn't write off their upside. They can improve if those younger guys make some strides.
First free throw is good. And the Raptors looking for a way to break through the East. Smitty, how do they get past the Cavaliers?
I don't know, Kevin. That's the question. As long as LeBron James stands in their way, it won't be easy. DeMar DeRozan said it himself. The key will be finding another star. In today's NBA, you need at least 3 stars to win.
Both free throws good from DeRozan.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
They set the screen. Allen's shot is off. Toronto trailer. Right side. The pass to Siakam. Bounces high off the rim and drops. New Orleans has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Cousins with a screen on right, and it's Cunningham, top of the key. Here's Cousins. A shot off that time, and Toronto will go the other way with it. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. They get it back. Right, the second chance effort. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Screen by Cousins. High, arcing shot. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's DeRozan with the drive. And finished off by DeRozan.
Look how comfortable he is today shooting the basketball. You can tell DeRozan is feeling it.
Pelicans trail by 4. Screen by Cousins. Clark kicks to Cunningham. To the paint. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And stolen by Cousins. He kicks to Allen. Shoots over DeRozan. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Cousins. Allen's got it all tied up now for the Pelicans.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Right outside. Outside DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Over Allen. And again, it's DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan's got 25 points.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
Screen by Cousins. Here's Cunningham. Stolen away. Rob. Here's Clark. Guarded by Wright. Clark dishes to Allen. Back to Clark. Nogueira pulls it in. Nogueira's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Anunoby. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 4 assists in the game. Here's Clark. Guarded by Wright. Clark the pass to Cunningham. Here's Clark. He's got 5. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He can't hit that time.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Wright kicks to DeRozan. And the rejection by Cousins.
When he puts everything he has into his defense, Cousins can be a force. Big, strong, and smart. Of course, he's going to block his share of shots when he's committed.
And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for the Toronto Raptors. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. DeMar DeRozan putting in some serious work for the team tonight. He had 25 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. After a subpar performance in their previous contest, he has come on strong tonight. His first half, sensational. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
I was surprised at some of the recklessness. They were scattered, sloppy ball handling, just too many turnovers. It gets back to fundamentals. Forget the highlight reel pass. Make the effective one. Simple bounce pass. John Wooden taught us that in the 40s, 30s, 50s, whenever he was coaching. Just play under control. Simple ball, dude.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
Welcome back, folks. Downtown New Orleans shining brightly tonight, as you can see from this bird's eye view. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could, and boy, was he throwing it down hard.
I'm sure the D will improve from this point on, and because of that, he needs to up the ante in his attacks to the rim, too.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Raptors leading by 4. And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. Ibaka is the 4 and Valanciunas in the middle. Norman Powell is out there with Lowry, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward position. Ibaka wide open, he fires. Off target from outside.
Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
Screen by Ibaka. Powell kicks to DeRozan, and the layup's good off the glass. DeRozan's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
I mean, he's fearless and close. DeRozan attacks with confidence, overcomes good defense.
Rondo against DeRozan. Miller kicks to Holiday. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with the team who is committed to him.
Free throw, good, Holiday.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
And so he makes both from the line. Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area. And every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
Just to Diallo. Back to Holiday. Out to the right wing. Miller kicks to Rondo. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Cousins, no good. Raptors leading by 5. It's Powell on the wing. Left side of Ibaka. And now running up the court. Miller pushing it up. Nice D from DeRozan. Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Ibaka dishes to Valanciunas. Cousins, the pass to Miller. Lets it go from deep. And Toronto making a change here. Miles is checked in. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Valanciunas, good.
Good job from Valanciunas there to shrug off the defender and finish the play.
Pelicans trail by 7. Rondo kicks to Diallo. Back to Rondo. Miller right side. Stolen by Miles. Here's Lowry, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Screen by Cousins. Here's the floater, and the layup good by Rondo. Rondo's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that gentle release on Rondo's floater, when he's making these shots, the D is in trouble.
The rebound by Holiday.
When you miss a lay-in, it sort of sucks the energy out of your team.
Diallo, no good. Raptors leading by 7. It's Miles on the wing. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
Out left to the wing. Lowry against Rondo. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 12. Will not go. This is off the front iron. For Toronto, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And Ibaka slams it in.
Kyle Lowry with great vision and court awareness on that play. What a pass.
Pelicans trail by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And Kyle Lowry over the last few seasons slimmed down about 15 pounds. He's, Greg, been playing the best basketball of his career.
No doubt. He's still got that low center of gravity, almost like a bowling ball. He just gets under his man, and his strength and tenacity enable him to create chaos at both ends of the floor.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for New Orleans. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for DeRozan.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
The Pelicans have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Holiday. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Now here's Rondo. 8 points for him. And that one, good. 19 points for Drew Holiday.
This is why guys like playing with Rondo. They know he's going to get them high percentage shots.
Lowry against Rondo. In the corner, it's Valanciunas. He feeds it to Powell. Lowry inside the line. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Here's the screen. Rondo kicks to Holiday. Unloads from 13. And he knocks down the jumper. Holiday's got 21 in the game.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
Overall, it hasn't been pretty for his team, but he has shot the ball well.
No good. Shot missing. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And Miles kicks to Lowe. Ibaka outside. From outside, off the mark. Pelicans trail by 9. Here's Miller. And it's Miles with the rebound.
And tonight, he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
Rebound by Ajinça.
And you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
Miller with a wide open look. But they recover it. Holiday with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Miller sets a screen for Rondo. Another shot. Toronto grabs the miss.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Valanciunas with a screen on Rondo. The three. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ajinça's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
A nice job of converting, but what really makes this play, the league pass.
Toronto calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Cunningham, he's checked in for Diallo. Solomon Hill comes in for Miller. Allen's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Nogueira, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anunoby, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Wright in for Kyle Lowry.
Doesn't get exactly the screen he wants, but turns out he doesn't need it.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Clark kicks to Allen. Shoots. Nogueira pulls it in. Nogueira's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Miles. Putting up about 10 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
The first one falls. And he makes both free throws. Here's Clark. 5 points in the game. There's a good screen. The dish to Cunningham. New Orleans moving it around. Rocket 6. Here's Clark. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. In 4th, the Raptors.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
He's off on the first. On the last few seasons, the NBA has seen its share of teams that provide that villain role for the league. The Warriors, perhaps with Kevin Durant, LeBron when he was in Miami and now in Cleveland. Do you think having a villain in the NBA is a good thing for the league?
Well, I think the right type of villain. And when you start talking about Kevin Durant and LeBron James, those are right type of villains because they're getting criticized as a villain because of not of their actions on the floor or off the court, just the choices they made to switch teams. But both those guys, LeBron and Kevin Durant, so far has handled it perfectly, and that's why the league's in good hands.
Here's Anunoby. Off target from 3-point range. Pelicans trail by 10. Here's Hill. Lays it up off the glass. Hill's got his second bucket.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Wright dishes to Nogueira. Feeds it to Miles. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Miles has got 10 points in the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Cunningham.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Siakam passes to Miles. Here's Anunoby. Back to Miles. This one for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Miles has got 11 in the second half.
How about the quarter he's having? Tremendous execution on the offensive end, helping to further fuel this lead.
Allen kicks to Clark. He dishes it to Ajinça. Can't hit from in close.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision. I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
And Nogueira, the 7-footer out of Brazil. Very long, Steve, and athletic.
He is a leaper. That makes him a threat around the rim on both ends. But on the defensive end, he has to learn not to bite on those pump fakes.
They set the pick. Miles dishes to Nogueira. Wright sets a screen. Nogueira kicks to Wright. Fires the 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And New Orleans will come the other way. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
It's Nogueira top of the key. Back to Wright. It's Miles on the wing. Excellent D there from Allen. Pelicans trail by 10. Clark kicks to Allen. 41 seconds left in the third quarter. The feed to Ajinça. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ajinça's got his first basket of the night.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Wright sets a screen. Fires the 3. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Allen. Got a piece of it.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So both teams making some changes here. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Cousins, the pass to Clark. Fires for 3. No good. And so it's the Toronto Raptors ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be right back after this. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in. We got to guard, okay? then we got to execute our offense.
A lot of things on that list, trying to refocus his troops moments ago, Coach Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, the energy's all right, but the execution definitely could be better with and without the basketball.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Solomon Hill is out there with Cunningham. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Allen. And it's Clark in at the point. Here's Anunoby. They get the rebound. Nogueira. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Nogueira's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Raptors. Allen outside. Screen by Cousins. Clark for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
Passes it to Anunoby. Wright sets a screen. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Cousins has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Cousins with a screen on DeRozan. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Free throw drops for Hill. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Anunoby. Both free throws good from Hill. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. And DeRozan kicks to Wright. Here's the screen. Pass to Siakam. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. Off the left rim and out.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
And it's Clark in the corner. Screen by Cousins. Dishes to Cunningham. Second chance shot. Cousins, no good.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Right, the pass to Siakam. Over Cunningham. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Hill kicks to Allen. It's back to Hill. The pass to Clark. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Cunningham. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Here is Lowry. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. DeRozan dishes to Nogueira. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. Nogueira's got 4 points in the quarter.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Diallo, he's checked in for Cunningham. Miller comes in for Hill. Drew Holiday's checked in for Tony Allen. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ian Clark. Then for the Raptors, Valanciunas, he's checked in for Nogueira. Baca comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Norman Powell subbed in for DeLon Wright. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop biting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals. That's giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
At the elbow, it's Cousins. Over Ibaka. And again, no good by New Orleans. Raptors leading by 6. Here's DeRozan. Tries again. And Ibaka slams it in.
Excellent timing on the offensive glass, and Ibaka takes advantage of the second chance opportunity.
And Ibaka, a cornerstone player for 7 years in Oklahoma City, but they trade him away to Orlando and subsequently traded to Toronto.
You thought he'd have a bigger role in OKC under Billy Donovan, but it didn't happen. He wasn't content to just spot up and wait for the basketball. And they thought he might leave in free agency, so they looked to get value in return.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Now here is Holiday, guarded by Powell. Miller against DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Cousins with a screen for Holiday. Holiday with another miss.
He's going to have to wait to hit his first triple of this half. He had 3 at the break.
And Ibaka kicks to DeRozan. Cousins pulls it in. Pelicans trail by 9. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Pass to Rondo. Outside Holiday. Fires from deep. But they recover it. New Orleans moving it around. Second shot opportunity. Another miss by Holiday.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
And Valanciunas kicks to Powell. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Raptors lead by 11.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To halt the run, it's stolen by Valanciunas. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
There's a screen. Miller kicks to Diallo. And that one comes up a bit short. Raptors leading by 13. The drive by Lowry. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 7 for him tonight. New Orleans has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Cousins with a screen on Lowry. Diallo kicks to Cousins. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup.
And not a fun assignment trying to contain Cousins inside.
Lowry against Rondo. Lowry passes to DeRozan. And the call will be against Darius Miller. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Lowry against Rondo. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. That one goes. Count it. DeRozan's got 4 points in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Rondo kicks to Miller. There's a screen. He feeds it to Cousins. The shot from the low post is good.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Inside, here's Ibaka. Another miss by Ibaka. Pelicans trail by 13. Rondo passes to Cousins. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. 16 points here for Cousins. For Toronto, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. DeRozan dishes to Powell. Ibaka in the post.
You see Serge in the painted area, feels the defender, goes on the attack.
And Serge Ibaka, remember, it was a first-team all-defense selection. But over time, I think he's become more of a scoring-minded player, and I think that's affected his impact defensively.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
Oh, from the Republic of Congo, Serge Ibaka, Dikembe Mutombo, and Bismack Biyombo. A lot of big man talent.
And the second free throw, good. New Orleans gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Screen by Cousins. Kicks to Miller. Out to the right wing. Cousins, no one around him. Another one falls for New Orleans. And Serge Ibaka, the league leader in block shots for 2 years in a row in 2012 and 13, but he sends them back at about half the rate he once did.
Yeah, but even still, a pretty good shot blocker. You add in his finishing and outside shooting, and he's a player to be reckoned with.
Rondo against Lowry. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now Lowry to the inside, and Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Pelicans trail by 12. Outside Holiday. He kicks it to Rondo. The dish now to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down hard.
And just the rugged nature of Cousins getting into the body there offensively.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleash chaos moment. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. It's Powell on the wing. Ibaka with the screen on Holiday. Powell the pass to Ibaka. And here's Holiday. To the inside, Cousins, and a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Toronto leading by 10. And the rejection by Cousins. Miller dishes to Holiday. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. And it's now 23 points for Drew Holiday.
Still doing his part, but it hasn't been enough. They need some kind of spark.
And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
And Holiday kicks to Diallo. There's a screen. It's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. .151 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Holiday, the pass to Rondo. Diallo kicks to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cousins. Here's Diallo. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Nice D from Cousins.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Rondo against Lowry. over Holiday. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one is on Holiday.
In a league full of talented point guards, sometimes Lowry's efforts, they get overlooked, but he's a game changer.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. New Orleans now, time running out. Feeds it to Cousins. Over Ibaka. And the rejection by Ibaka. Lowry with the ball. And it's Miller picking him up. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're down by 8. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, DeMar DeRozan.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. .50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Diallo kicks to Rondo. Cousins inside. Defended by Ibaka. Count it. Good.
And Cousins with that aggressive scoring mentality. This is a guy who wants to dominate.
Powell, the pass to Valanciunas. Shoots a three. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist from Valanciunas. 34 points for DeMar DeRozan. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 9. 29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. .29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Allen against Miles. Allen dishes to Cunningham. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Up top right. Back to Miles. And so it's the Raptors winning this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Serge, you have worked very hard on your game throughout the years. How has that journey gone for you?
Yeah, you know, like always, when you work hard, you pay off, you know. I'm paying off my confidence from my teammates, my coaches, so I'm trying to help the best I can my team.
And you do it at both ends, Serge. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. See you later.